this is Golden Promise. Today I'm going to talk about top 6 things you should know before becoming an elementary school teacher. Number 1, you are not only a teacher but also a caregiver. Before I teach high school students, I have been teaching for early childhood for 6 years. So I have been teaching preschool and also have been teaching 3rd grade. So now I want to share my experience as an elementary teacher. So first, you take care of their physical needs. When I teach 3rd grade, a lot of students, they need to go to bathroom, they need a snack. Sometimes, they have a runny nose. You're going to help them get a tissue. So there are a lot of physical needs because they are young. And also, they have emotional needs. I remember in my class, once their girl have issue with friendship with other girls, so she feel unhappy about her friendship, and then parents call and ask how we can help the girl to have a better relationship with other girls. So this is another thing you gotta be sensitive is about their emotional needs, who they get along with, because in that age they don't have that ability to solve some friendship things if it's been a challenge for them. Second, you should know how to teach most subjects. So when I teach 3rd grade in an elementary school, I teach Chinese and I have a partner who teach English. It's called immersion classroom. So as an elementary teacher, we have to teach every subject: English, math, social study. Of course, they will go to specialty teacher for art, science, and PE. But the rest of subject, as a classroom teacher, you should know how to teach it. So from my teaching experience, I noticed for elementary teachers, they feel more comfortable with English and social study. Math sometimes could be a challenge for some teacher. So this is why sometimes if you are not good at such subject, you may need to find more resource to help you about that subject. Number 3, work with parents closely. So there are several ways you can work with parents closely. First, when students get hurt, you got email or call right away so they can be notified. Even just like a small hurt, like a scratch the skin, or like fell, because as a young children you want to make sure they don't have any bruise. Otherwise, the parents may question you back. So it would be better call them, give them a heads up what happened, instead of later they call you back and question you, why my kids got a bruise here, why my kids get a scratch there. So if you tell the parents first, you have a more confidence, more control of the situation. Also, it is normal for young kids to get hurt. Don't feel guilty and all. Don't feel it's all your responsibility. They will blame on you. No, of course you should keep an eye on them, do your job. But if they got hurt, they got hurt. It's not your problem. Because I remember when I teach younger kids, I always very scary about they got hurt. And whenever they got hurt, when I call parents, I kind of feel a sense of guilty, feel they will blame me for not taking their kids well. But after I've been teaching for a couple years and I know how to talk to parents, I noticed that most of parents, they are understandable because they are parents, they know their kids sometimes fail, so I feel they may prefer you talk to them directly and let them know they appreciate that, rather than hide it and later they find out. Okay, next, if the kids misbehave, also you need to let parents know. You want to know what happened at home. If the kids also misbehave at home, if so, if there's something you can work out together. For instance, before I have some students who misbehave and the parents get a headache too. So then we sit with parents and talk about something we can do with the kids. Like we have a behavior plan, behavior chart. If students do certain things, they can get a little reward like a stick, or and when they get enough sticker, they can have a big reward. So something you can think about it. Or sometimes if the behavior is more serious, out of control, you can ask a school social worker come to evaluate their behavior. Sometimes they can get a service. There's another things you can think about. Don't always just do by yourself. Ask support from school or principal. Let them come to your classroom to see the children's behavior and how they can give you support. Number 4, supportive administrators are very important. When I mean supportive administration, that means the principals are willing to give help, are willing to give support, and understand the stress of the work you go through. I have experience with very good supportive administrators. When I taught 3rd grade, I remember my principal is very supportive. He asked us what supplies we need. He also gave us a budget to buy the library books. At that time, I taught Chinese immersion, so they asked us to go to store to buy Chinese book and to help children build up their reading level. And also they gave us a budget to buy supplies. And if the kids misbehave or something, we try to contact parents. If it didn't work, we reach to our principal. They will give us help and they will sit with us and the parents to have a meeting about how we can help. It's really good when your principal back you up, because you want to know your principal can back you up when you have some issue with parents, because sometimes parents can be aggressive. They can blame teacher for certain things. At that time you want your principal to involve and back you up, to say, I think the teacher is doing right and there are certain things maybe we can do to help your kids. But of course you have to do the good job. Of course you got to do the right thing. Next, you also need to speak up for your needs. So principals are very busy. If you don't come to them to tell them what you need, chances are they maybe not know what you need. Unless they come to observe your class and notice something, they may ask you. But I think it's better for you to speak up. It didn't hurt to ask. The worst scenario, you just don't get it. You didn't ask for yourself, you ask for your students. You want to teach well, you want to serve the kids well. There's nothing wrong with speak up your needs. On the other side, I also have some of my coworker who have experience with tough scenario with principal. It's all start with the miscommunication. So the example I can give is, once I have a coworker who has miscommunication with the principal. I don't want to say who is right, who is wrong. I think when the miscommunication cause a problem, and then they start to have a tough feeling with each other, and then sometimes the principal can give you some tough students without support. It's okay you have some tough students, but you want to have support. Also, like sometimes when the principal come to evaluate my coworker and give low grade for the observation, and also there's something wrong with my coworker, and then the principal also can put a letter in her folder, so which is not good. If you want to teach in the same area or same school district, you don't want to have a warning letter in your file. So this is what I know. It's important to have a supportive principal, and also I think it's your effort to communicate well with them. If you think there is miscommunication, just try to clear it, say sorry, say how you can fix it, because you want your principal to on your side to back you up, to support you, so you don't feel extra stress from dealing with administrator. Number 5, it requires a lot of physical strength. When I taught elementary school, I feel exhausted every single day. Not because my mental exhausted, it's because my physical feel exhausted. Because they are young children, you need to do movement with them, you do dancing with them, you will walk around with them, you play game. They are full of energy. Think about a classroom with like 20 kids. They all suck your energy. You need to be prepared to have a strong physical strength so you can work with young children. Number 6, it requires some artistic ability. As an elementary teacher, I noticed that there are a lot of arts, crafts, drawing, painting with young children. Also, you're going to spend a lot of time to decorate the classroom and door before the school start. I remember when I teach, elementary school, before the school start, I will spend like a couple of days before to go to my classroom to see what classroom look like, how I can decorate nicely, welcoming, and how I can sort the book, put to different shelf and different reading level. It's a lot of work, but I want to also introduce you a good resource. It's called Teachers Pay Teachers. It's a store like teachers share resource with each other. And when I first started, my English partner introduced that to me and blew my mind. It have everything you need for your teaching, basically for elementary. But also they have a free resource and a paid resource. Of course, I know as a teacher you don't get a lot, so I will recommend you to start to search for free resource. That will be helpful. Okay, last, if you like my stress-free teaching, please subscribe Golden Promise. Thank you for support. Bye.